Okay, very good morning students. Welcome to my channel Maths with Mahanti sir. In the previous lesson we were discussing about your statistics and probability, and it was complete in all respect, and I had said to start a new chapter, that is your rotational symmetry. So today let us discuss what is rotational symmetry. Children, in class 7 there was a chapter known as line symmetry. What is symmetrical figure? Under what condition a geometrical figure is said to be symmetrical? What is line symmetry? These are the things which we have already read in class 7. Now we will discuss about rotational symmetry. Okay. So what is rotational symmetry? In order to introduce you the concept of rotational symmetry, children, you must have seen the clock, a clock. The hands of a clock, they always move. How do they move? In which direction do they move? The hour hand and the minute hand, etc. They move in the clockwise direction, that is from left to right. And you know, they move round and round about a fixed point. See, here is one clock, see, this is the fixed point, this is the minute hand and the hour, this is hour hand. See, the hour hand is between 8 and 9 and the minute hand is at 3. So what is the time? It is 8:15 or 15 minutes past 8 or quarter past 8, etc. Okay. Now see, now the hands of the clock, they are moving round and round about this fixed point, okay, in a particular direction, that is in the clockwise direction. Okay. Now see, look at this figure. Suppose this is a figure of a moving fan. If you look at a fan moving, okay, the blades, you see, these are the blades, one blade, two blade, another blade I have not taken. Yes, we have to draw another blade, one blade, two blade. Suppose draw another blade, you see, there are three blades. Suppose this is one of the blades, okay. Now this is the fixed point about which the fan rotates, you see. Suppose the fan is moving around this fixed point. Now these are the three blades. Now the three blades, you see, the three blades of a fan, they move in clockwise direction. Again, like the clock, the three blades of a fan, they also move in clockwise direction from left to right. See, these are the three blades. Now children, one thing you mark, when the three blades of a fan or the hands of a clock, they move in a particular direction about a fixed point. This is the fixed point of the fan around which the three blades are moving or rotating. Similarly, this is the fixed point about which the hands of the clock are moving or rotating. So what I mean to say, whether it is the hands of a clock or the three blades of a fan, they always move or rotate about a fixed point. So what is that fixed point called? That fixed point is called your point of rotation. Point of rotation, because about this fixed point, the blades of the fan are moving or rotating. Similarly, about this fixed point, it is called a center of rotation. Point means it is a center of rotation. This point about which or around which the three blades of a fan or the hands of a clock, they move or they rotate in a particular direction. That point is known as your center of rotation. Okay. And look at, between the two blades of the fan, when they move or revolve, rotate, there is an angle between the two blades of the fan. Okay. Similarly, there is an angle between the two hands of a clock. So that angle is called your angle of rotation. So this will be the angle of rotation. Okay. This will be the angle of rotation in case of moving fan. This will be the angle of rotation in case of moving fan. This will be the angle of rotation in case of what? Your moving hands moving in a clock, etc. So what I mean to say, children, whether it is the hands of a clock or a moving fan, the blades of a moving fan, they move in a clockwise direction about a fixed point known as your center of rotation. Okay. So tell me, when they move in a fixed direction, say clockwise or anti-clockwise, the wheels of a bicycle, it can be moved or rotated clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. Okay. So whether we rotate a cycle or the three blades of a fan in a clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction about a fixed point, okay, which is known as the center of rotation. So do you find any change in shape and size of the object? That means when the three blades of a fan, they rotate or they move or they turn around a fixed point known as center of rotation, do you find any change in shape and size of the object? The answer is clearly no. You see, when it is rotated, see, now by rotating the fan, by rotating the blades of the fan, this blade will come to this position, this blade will go to this position. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3. When you rotate it through 120 degree, this angle of rotation will be 120 degree. See, when you rotate the blades of a fan through 120 degree, what will happen? This blade will come to position number 2. Position number 2 blade will go to position number 3, and position number 3 blade will go to position number 1. Only the position of the blade will change. But will you find any change in shape and size of the fan or the object? The answer is clearly no. It will appear exactly the same as it was before rotation. Okay, as it was before rotation. So then we say that a moving fan has rotational symmetry. So what is the concept of rotational symmetry? I am trying to explain you. See, rotation means move or rotate means when we rotate an object about a fixed point, any object. Whenever we rotate or move an object about a fixed point, it is called rotation. Okay, so an object is rotated about a fixed point known as center of rotation, and the angle of rotation means it is the angle between what? The two blades or the two hands, angle of rotation. When we rotate an object about a fixed point, the shape and size of the object does not change. So then we say that the object has rotational symmetry. So that is rotational symmetry. So an object is said to have rotational symmetry if on rotation through a particular angle, if on rotation through a particular angle less than 360 degree, you see less than 360 degree, because you see, if you rotate an object through 360 degree, when we rotate, suppose this is, so this is one circle, I will rotate, you see this is one turn is 180 degree, see, this turn is another, half turn is 180 degree, this is another half turn, it is 180 degree. So when we rotate any object through 360 degree, its shape and size does not change, means it remains the same, or it looks exactly the same as it was earlier before rotation, before rotating the object through certain angle. So when we rotate any object, when we turn any object through 360 degree, no doubt there will be no change in shape and size of the object, it will look almost the same. So it will have definitely rotational symmetry. But if you have to rotate the object through an angle less than 360 degree, that means on rotating an object, you see here I have rotated the two blades of a fan through how many degree? 120 degree. It is less than 360 degree. So on rotating an object through an angle less than 360 degree, if the object looks exactly the same, okay, then we say that the object has rotational symmetry. That means here the moving fan will have rotational symmetry, because on rotating it through 120 degree, we do not find any change in shape and size of the moving fan. Okay, it looks exactly the same as it was before rotation. Similarly, in case of this, when the hands of a clock also move through any angle, okay, through any angle, it can be moved through any angle. On moving or on rotating the hands of a clock through any angle less than 360 degree, do you think that there will be any change in shape and size of the clock? The answer is clearly no, it will look exactly the same. So we say that a moving clock, a clock whose hands move, it has also what? Rotational symmetry. Now see children, what is the meaning of full turn? See, look at the figure. Look at the figure. This is a circle divided into two parts. Now full turn means what? Full turn means rotation of how many degree? Full turn means rotation of 360 degree. When we rotate an object through 360 degree, it is called a full turn. Now look at. When we rotate, look at this figure, this is 180 degree. When we rotate an object through 180 degree, any object rotated through an angle 180 degree is your half turn. That means half turn means rotation of 180 degree. What about full turn? Full turn means complete angle 360 degree. When an object is rotated through 360 degree, it is called a full turn. Okay. Then quarter turn. See, look at the figure. Quarter turn. This one. This is quarter turn. Quarter turn. 1 quarter equal to, you know how much? Quarter turn. Quarter turn means rotation of how many degree? 90 degree. Quarter means 1/4. Quarter means this one. Each one is a quarter. Quarter means 1/4. You see. So this is your quarter turn. Okay. Quarter turn means an angle through, rotation of 90 degree, quarter turn. Quarter turn is rotation of 90 degree. Half turn means your rotation of 180 degree. Full turn means rotation of 360 degree. Now children, you know, I told you now, when any object is rotated through 360 degree, its shape and size will not change. It will look almost the same as it was originally. But the point is, if we rotate an angle like in this case and this case, if on rotating an object through an angle less than 360 degree, the objects remain same. There is no change in shape and size. If there is no change in shape and size of the object on rotating it through an angle less than 360 degree, then we say that the object has rotational symmetry. Children, I hope you understood what is meant by rotational symmetry. So once again I am saying, any object can be turned or moved or rotated through an angle less than 360 degree, because if we rotate any object through 360 degree, there will be no doubt no change in shape and size of the object. Okay, but on rotating, if you rotate an object through an angle less than 360 degree and if its shape and size remains the same, then we say that the object has rotational symmetry. Okay, so an object is said to have rotational symmetry if on rotating it through an angle less than 360 degree, its shape and size does not change or it remains same as it was originally. Okay, I hope you understood the meaning of rotational symmetry. So a moving fan, clearly it has a rotational symmetry. The moving clock, hands of a clock, it also has rotational symmetry. So what is full turn, what is half turn, what is quarter turn, etc. I told you. Now look at one thing here, you see. This is the figure of a clock. Now see, in this figure, both the hour hand and minute hand, they are at 12. Now if I ask you what is the time, you can easily say it is 12 o'clock. Okay. Now look at this clock. Here the minute hand is at 12 and the hour hand is at 3. So what is the time now? The time is clearly 3 o'clock. Okay. Now see, when the time will be 3 o'clock, just imagine how many times, the minute hand it will rotate. You see, when the time is 3 o'clock, minute hand will rotate how many times? How many turns, complete turns it will complete? This minute hand will complete how many turns in order that the time will be 3 o'clock? Try to understand please. See, here is the clock. Suppose the time is 12 o'clock here. Now when the time will be 3 o'clock, just imagine how many complete turns the minute hand will have made. It will have definitely made how many complete turns? 3 turns. Because 12 to first it will come to 1. You see, 12 to 12. This is suppose 1 and 2. See, in order that the minute hand in order that the time will be 3 o'clock, the minute hand has to complete how many rounds? 3 rounds. From 12 to 12, 1, so that the hour hand will go from 12 to 1. Here you see, it was earlier at 12. So when it will come to 3, first it will go to 1, the hour hand will first go to 1, and in order that the hour hand will go to 1, the minute hand has to complete 1 turn. Again the hour hand, if it goes from 1 to 2, the minute hand will complete another turn. Again the hour hand, in order to go from 2 to 3, the hour hand will complete another turn. So how many complete turns the minute hand will make in order that the time will be 3 o'clock? Definitely 3 turns. It will complete 3 or rotate. It will rotate 3 full rounds. The minute hand will rotate 3 full rounds, or it will complete 3 turns. Okay, so that the time will be 3 o'clock. Now, so what we came to know? From this discussion we came to know that this is about this point, the point about which an object rotates or moves is known as your center of rotation. And when an object rotates, it rotates through certain angle. Okay, and the angle through which the object rotates, it is known as your angle of rotation, center of rotation, angle of rotation, you came to know. Okay, and I also said that if an object is rotated through an angle less than 360 degree, its shape and size should remain same, or its shape and size should not change. Then only we say that the object has rotational symmetry, because on rotating any object through an angle 360 degree or through an angle of rotation 360 degree, no doubt there will be no, if we rotate any object through 360 degree, its shape will remain same. It will regain its shape and size. It will regain its shape and size. There will be no change in shape and size. But the condition is you have to rotate it through an angle less than 360 degrees, so that the shape and size of the object should not change. Then only we say that object has rotational symmetry. So this is the concept of rotational symmetry. Now the point is another thing. You see, we can know what is center of rotation, what is angle of rotation. Full round means, you see, full turn means rotation of how many degree, half turn means rotation of how many degree, quarter turn means rotation of how many degree. Okay, what is rotational symmetry, etc. we came to know. Then what is order of rotation? See, what is order of rotation? Now we have to discuss. In rotational symmetry, three things are there. One is center of rotation, the other is angle of rotation, and the third one is order of rotation. Center of rotation, I told you about the fixed point. The fixed point about which an object rotates or turns through certain angle is known as your what? Center of rotation. And the angle through which it is rotated, you see, the blades of a fan, I rotated it through how many degree? 120 degree. So 120 degree is the angle of rotation between the two blades of a fan. Okay, so the angle through which the object is rotated, it is your angle of rotation. Now the point is, I said, on rotating an object through an angle less than 360 degree, if we find no change in shape and size of the object, then only we say that the object has rotational symmetry. Okay, now the point is, what is order of what? What is order of rotation? Okay, now in order to explain you what is the order of rotation, see, let us consider this case, in case of moving fan. See, now in this case, children, you see, when there are three blades in a fan, okay. Now tell me what I said. Suppose this blade is at position number 1, position number 2 and position number 3. Now you just push, give a little push to blade number 1. If you give a little push, means you apply just a slight force to blade number 1. What will happen? This blade number 1 will come to blade number 2. There will be rotation, you see. Now when blade number 1 will come to blade number 2, through how many degree? 120 degree. So it is one time. Again you can see, you can again apply a little push. If you apply little push to blade number 2, blade number 2 will go to blade number, position number 3. And again on applying a little push to blade number 3, this 3 will go to 1. So how many times it will go? Now the point is, how many times the three blades of a fan will rotate? It is clearly 3 times. It is clearly 3 times, because you see, position number 1, position number 2, position number 3. So the 3 blades of a fan, we can rotate it maximum how many times? 3 times through 120 degree each. Okay, through 120 degree each. So here 3 is the order of rotation. In case of a moving fan, the order of rotation will be 3. So what is order of rotation then? Order of rotation means in a complete turn. As I told you, complete turn means how many degree? Complete turn, full turn. Complete turn or full turn means rotation of how many degree? 360 degree. Now in order that it will make a complete turn, see, in order that the moving fan will make a complete turn. Okay, so it will complete how many turns? Tell me. It will complete how many turns? 3 turns, 3 times. In a complete turn, how many times? The number of times an object looks. That means, you see, when blade number 1 will come to blade number position number 2, do you find any change in shape and size? Do you think that the fan will, the shape and size of the fan will change? It will look something different? Clearly no. If 1 comes to 2, 2 comes to 3, you see, when 1 comes to 2, 2 will go to 3 and 3 will go to, third blade will go to blade number 1. So there is no question of change in shape and size of the 3 blades. That means there will be no change in position. I mean, the object will look same, the fan will look same almost. Okay, so how many times it occurs? It occurs 3 times. That means in a complete turn, see children, in a complete turn means through 360 degree. In a complete turn, how many times or the number of times we rotate the object? We rotate the object such that it looks exactly same. Such that it looks exactly same as it was earlier is known as your order of rotation or order of rotational symmetry of the object. So once again I would like to say, order of rotation means how many times, order of rotation means how many times the object will be rotated such that it will look exactly the same. Okay, in this case 3 times. 3 times in a complete turn. the object will rotate it 3 times so that it will look exactly the same, and hence here the order of rotation is 3 in a moving fan. Okay, so children, I discussed in this class what is center of rotation, what is angle of rotation, what is order of rotation, what is rotational symmetry. Let me summarize the thing again. See, center means the fixed point about which an object rotates or moves through certain angle, and that is center of rotation, and the angle through which it rotates is your angle of rotation. Okay, then what is your order of rotation? Order of rotation means it is how many times, number of times an object rotates in a complete term so that it looks exactly the same is known as your what, your order of rotation. Okay, so we will discuss more about it in another class. Just this is an introduction class. What is rotational symmetry, what is your center of rotation, order of rotation, angle of rotation, we will discuss its application in another class. Okay, children, I hope whatever I discussed you must have understood. If at all it is true, I will say that you must hit the like button and share, subscribe my channel, so that I will be happy and encouraged to discuss more and more things again in my upcoming videos. Okay, thank you.